Now. Hey, Erica, it's so nice to see you again. How are you?
I'm good. It's really nice to see you again as well. I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay.
Yeah, just like feel like there's a lot going on this week, and I am just trying to do my best to like navigate through it all this week. I just kind of feel like I'm like failing in every aspect of my life, but like not really. I'm being really hard on myself, and I'm just trying to find just a better way to like think about things so that it's not so negative, and which is kind of hard. Um, and I don't know, I think I've kind of come to the realization that like maybe the support system I've kind of built for myself, it's a great system, but maybe it's just not working anymore. Maybe I'm growing out of it. So it's a lot of like, I hang out with my sister and my nephews and our friends, and I don't know if maybe it's just not. I don't know, maybe I gotta upgrade it a little bit. It's not doesn't seem to be doing the same trick to kind of helping me with like depression and, normal things.
Okay. So you feel like you're almost failing in a sense at certain aspects of your life, and that the support system that you currently have isn't maybe equipped to deal with some of the issues that you're being challenged with right now. So what do
Yeah.
you mean by you feel like you're failing at every aspect of your life?
I don't know if that's necessarily the right, probably a really negative way of putting it, but I think it mostly has kind of a lot to do with the fact that like I don't know, I feel like I'm just not doing great in all parts of, like, life. Like, I feel like I could be doing better and I'm trying, but I think maybe that also has to do with, like, a little bit depression, that maybe I'm kind of, like, reaching a new level of depression that I haven't seen before. I know that, like, one of the normal things about depression is, like, you can't get out of bed, and that's a pretty normal standard for everybody, and, like, that's never really been a standard for me. Like, I'm always just like, "Well, you have to, like, pay your rent, and you have to pay your bills, and you have to keep on keeping on." So I get out of bed, but I feel like lately, with not having such a set schedule that, like, due to, like, working, that maybe I am kind of seeing myself not wanting to get out of bed, and I think maybe this is kind of just a new level of depression that I kind of never seen before. And so I think, but also I think with that awareness that I'm doing better with trying to change it. Like I think that now I didn't really know what the terminology for what was kind of going on with me is, and I think now that I know that, maybe I'm like, okay, what can we do now? What can we do to better have a little more support than normal, because we're reaching kind of a new stage of depression that we kind of haven't been in before.
Okay, okay. And so you're noticing that you're maybe dealing with some depression right now, and that it's more so than you have in the past, and that your support system is not really helping you navigate some of life's problems right now. So, can you
Yeah.
tell me a little bit more about your current support system?
Um, that's a really good question. So currently my current support system is like, I think it has a lot to more just like getting back to me and like spending more time doing the things that I find happy. And I don't necessarily know that I think that I've been doing that. I think that I've just been so gung ho on trying to find a new job and like trying to navigate my finances from being back from Europe and having to be injured and having to basically blow through all of my savings and maxing out cards, and on top of just like finding time to do the things that I enjoy, and I'm not doing it. I honestly, I'm not doing it, and if I am doing it, I feel guilty for doing it, that I'm not like hustling to get things back to order.
Okay. Okay, so you're it sounds like some financial stress, it sounds like some challenges with your job, and that's maybe contributing to that, as you called it, a negative outlook on your life, failing at everything, or, just kind of feeling beaten down. And um, and your support system. And I know earlier you had mentioned nieces, nephews, but it sounds like maybe they aren't quite aligned with some of the things that you really like to do. Um, what are some of those things that?
I don't even know anymore. That's such a
Okay.
good question.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I think that I guess maybe like maybe but who has time to read being in grad school? Reading books that are not textbooks.
Mhm.
And I think seeing friends that I haven't seen in a while, I haven't seen a lot of my friends since I've gotten back, and I think maybe I'm a very social butterfly, and I think that maybe that's probably a main contributor, but I'm just also very much like you are doing all of these odd end jobs because I don't have a current full-time job, and so they kind of come at random times. I have like a whole network of like moms that I help support with like nannying their kids and things like that. And it just, I feel like just a lot is out of order.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure what if the same things that like used to make me happy are still the same things that make me happy.
Mm.
So maybe that's something that I need to sit down and really discuss with myself, like maybe make a list of like what are some of the things that I just really I want to do that I know that seeing some of my other friends that like don't have children would be great.
Mhm.
And maybe I used to go to the movies a lot. I ever since COVID really don't do that. I've probably done it maybe 4 times. And I maybe going back to the movies is something I think that I'm just not finding a lot of things that I wanna do that make me happy. And if I do them, I'm feeling like maybe you shouldn't be doing them. You should be spending more time trying to figure out things that are going haywire. And I feel like maybe that's also not good either.
Mm.
You know? Yeah, I think that I need that time to do the things that make me happy if it's only for maybe just trying to find an hour or 2 a day.
Yeah. Yeah. And you mentioned these feelings of guilt that come even if you start to explore what might make you happy. It sounds like from your description, like you don't even maybe know if you're still connected to the same activities. You're not sure maybe what would bring you that kind of peace that, oh, okay, I'm not working anymore feeling. So, how long has it been? Um, yeah, you've mentioned some depression. How long has it been sort of this depression where you're being overworked and you're having trouble finding sense of joy in things?
Well, I was diagnosed with major depression, about 6 years ago, and I wanna say I have been doing I've well, one thing I can very positively say about myself is I've been doing a lot of great work with, like, combating that depression, and I feel like the last coming up on 2 years of my life, like, I have done everything possible to, like, see when, like, that depression is coming, that I, like, know the signs, and I'm like, "Okay, let's stop what we're doing, and let's get back to getting him right," and a lot of it was situation depression, and so I was able to get myself out of a really bad situation, almost 2 years ago, and I'm just like, now that, like, my life is going so much better than it was, I just feel like maybe I'm not re-recognizing that, okay, like, now we're in a new place, and we're now in the new state, and we've worked through all of that depression, that maybe here's another side of it that we've never seen before, and maybe we need to stop and figure out how we're gonna navigate this because it's something new.
Mhm, mhm. So this all feels relatively new then,
Yeah.
and you're in a position where working is a way to avoid feeling guilty, but you've lost touch, it sounds like, with some of the things that really could bring you joy. And I noticed you mentioned seeing the movies, you mentioned hanging out with friends. You also mentioned that maybe your support system isn't the strongest right now. Do you feel like maybe that's because of the your inability to see your friends right now?
Yeah, I mean, I never really thought about that. I never thought that maybe like my depression is kind of based on the fact that I'm not really working my entire support system the way that I used to be working it. It's a really good statement you just made. Slash question, but yeah, I think that maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe I'm not fully working my support system the way that I used to work it, and maybe that's what's kind of also feeling like it's kinda overwhelming me as well.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, I'm hearing a lot of feelings of being overwhelmed. And it almost sounds like if you were to branch out and do something you enjoyed, you would still feel overwhelmed by guilt. Can you give me an
Yeah.
example where you have tried to do something for yourself and you had that feeling of guilt come up?
Um, it's kinda like it's kinda with everything that I do, like, it doesn't really seem like it's like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go try and do this for myself," and it pops up. It's just like it's like I'm getting anxiety leading up to trying to do something that I wanna do for myself
Hmm.
because I already just feel it's like a constant it doesn't go away, like, I feel like maybe it's just like it's like the severity is lesser when I'm, like, running around and I'm trying to figure things out, but then when I stop and it's just me and I just have to sit with myself, that it's like the guilt just, like, pours in and is like, "You shouldn't be doing this. You should be trying to get something figured out with your life right now."
Trying to get something figured out with your life. Like what?
I don't know. Just I think maybe I'm being too hard on myself that I'm not working as hard as I should to be trying to, like, get things figured out, and I think that that's definitely just, like, a negative way of thinking about it. I don't think that it's true, but I think that's just, like, an overwhelming feeling that I get.
Hmm.
But I it's just it's hard to sit and to be like, "Okay, it's okay to it's okay to just, like, sit here and do something fun that you wanna do even though, like, you feel like all of these aspects of your life are falling apart." Like,
Mhm.
you don't have to, like, constantly 100% of the time trying to figure everything out. You
Yes.
can just go have fun, and it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. I would be interested to see if you having some fun might actually
Yeah.
help with some of those feelings of being overwhelmed. Is that something that you're willing to try to do to make some space sometime in the next couple of days to do something that you really connect with?
Absolutely. Tonight, I one of my really good friends, were her daughter, she's turning 20, and we're all really close, and it's her birthday dinner. And I was really thinking about like I'm just maybe not in a good state for that. Maybe I should just go and like drop off my present and stay for a little bit and then just leave. But like maybe I just really try and like have a good time
Mm, mhm,
and just try
mm,
not to think about all the things that I feel like are like crushing down.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, get a break from everything for a little bit. You mentioned feeling like something is crushing you down.
Yeah.
And so that sounds incredibly nerve-wracking. I mean, hearing you describe that, it
Yeah.
sounds very burdensome. And so so tonight there's a birthday party with a friend,
Yeah.
and I know you mentioned that time has been a little bit limited lately. So that's
Yeah.
exciting and something you're considering going to. I would
Yes, yes. I
okay.
was definitely thinking about leaving early, and I should get back to, the grind, but,
Mhm,
like, maybe this is just, like, something I just need to enjoy and take the night off from my feelings of guilt and everything and just be in the moment.
I think that sounds pretty nice, and also sounds well deserved after a period of time of feeling that heaviness of work stress and financial stress to just reconnect with yourself for a little bit and a loved one, a friend. That sounds very nice. I would be interested to see if you stay committed to it, and if you do, what kinds of feelings come after something like that for you right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I can't wait to tell you more about
I
it.
can't wait. Thank you so much for coming by today, and I look forward to hearing about it next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much, Erica. Bye.
Alrighty, bye-bye.